Hey and howdy everyone, it's Jeannie with Paper Pixie Ink. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a walkthrough of this Magnolia Rouge mini-ish album that I created. This is a Prima collection. They released it a couple months ago now. I don't remember. It's been a little while. I'm kind of a little behind using some of my new collections that I've gotten. But this collection was wonderful to work with. It was very, it had very deep tones, which I really like because a lot of their stuff are usually more kind of like pastel-like. So this was very vivid. And so this album measures 7 inches by 8.5 inches. The pages are obviously a little bit smaller, and it is a pocket style album. So let's dive in. Okay, so my cover is a little bit different than what I usually do. So this is got a little bit more elements than it usually does. It does open this way, so there is quite a bit of, so I did it this way so that the album will lie flatter, so the depth of the cover is kind of off to the side. Just something new that I'm trying. I think I like how it turned out, but you guys let me know in the comments what you think. These are some of the flowers from the collection, and then I also used some of the ephemera pieces around it as well. And then these are just some gold colored corner, like book cover corners that I used. I just covered a piece of chipboard in gold foil cardstock and then attached the corners to them. And I really like how that turned out. And then my spine is just more of that gold. So my spine is just more of that gold foil cardstock on some chipboard, and I used some more of those gold corner pieces. And then for my chunky charm, I just used some things that I had in my stash, so some gold colored chain, and then these are all from Joann's, and I've had them in my stash for a little while. I don't know if they're still available or not. And then of course some of my chiffon ribbon that I just kind of made. I cut them in half, so they're like 1.5 inches wide or so. I cut them in half and then made sure that I distressed the sides. So I used some gold and some black. And then for my back, I just left it very plain. I really like this paper. I don't know if you can see, but there are little gold foil dots on that. So let's take a look inside. So, and I will do my best to link as many of the products that I used as possible for you. Those will be in the description below the video. I know I get a lot of people who ask me about things like these little, I don't know what you call them, but I buy them on Amazon, and I don't know if there's any like scrap companies that make them, but they work really well because they're actually screwed on as opposed to brads. So when you get something that's a little bit heavier on here, because I don't know about you guys, but some of my chunky charms become very chunky and very heavy. So I like the fact that it screws in and isn't a brad that can more easily be pulled out. All right. So this just opens like this. I used 6 sets, so 12 magnets in total. So I have 3 across here and 3 across here, and then the matching ones across here. And it gives a very solid closure for this. So when you first open it up, the inside front cover is a waterfall. And these are just some of the Say It in Crystals? Say It in Gems? I don't remember what Prima calls them. I should probably look that information up. But anyway, I just used some of those to highlight the edges of this. So this is magnetized closed, so it does stay closed quite well. And then it just pulls down just like this. So there is, oops, I missed covering this part here, so I will have to go back and do that. But it does give quite a bit of space because you can put photos here, and then I like to journal up here. You can put photos up here as well. I just find that, especially if you're doing glossy photos, but really any photos, they have a tendency to stick together. I live in South Carolina. I did live in Florida, and I don't know if it's probably the humidity in the air, but I just find that putting photos together like that don't work very well for me. But some people like doing that and have no problems. So this page is somewhat simplistic, but is really kind of fun. So we have 3 sets of tags and two pseudo pockets. So each one of these is a separate section for these smaller tags. So you can put small cropped photos on here, or you can use them for journaling. You could put smaller cropped photos on here as well. So you have quite a bit of space there. And then these are 2 separate pockets as well. These ones aren't necessarily big enough that you could fit anything else in with the smaller tags, but these bigger tag pockets are big enough that you could put additional mats in there if you wanted. And then these tags are large enough that you could put photos on here and do some journaling on them if you wanted. And they're just the same. And then each one of these, there are 6 pages, and each one of these pages is a pocket page. So each page has one of these style of inserts. And I just used one of the We Are Memory Keepers corner chopper punches just to give a little bit more detail. And then this, I don't know if you can see this paper, but this is gorgeous paper, really. And it has the gold foil on it. So this next page is kind of simplistic, but it has quite a bit of space on it. So this here just opens up. So this is one of the cut aparts from the paper. It says, "Take time to make your soul happy." And again, they were all tags. This collection was very tag heavy. So I didn't use a lot of them as tags, but I cut this one out, and then I just used one of those enamel, Say It in Crystals. I think that's what it's called, Say It in Crystals. Over the hole for where the tag would have gone. And then I just have a photo mat here, and it is magnetized. And then this flips this way, so it's on a brad, and these open. So you have this space here, which I plan on leaving plain because I really like this paper. And then this opens up, and so you have 2 4x4 spots here, and then you can do some journaling here. You can also use it to put additional, photo mats on if you wanted to, or you could just use a blank card and do some, some journaling as well. And then you have this space here as well. So you can do a little bit of journaling here. This is a prime example of what you can do if you screw up. When I first attached this, I attached it in a way that didn't really allow me to do this. So I ended up having to pull it off, but I didn't want to ruin the whole page. So I covered the spot that I had screwed up that had a small hole in it from the original brad with this, and then use this tag. This is one of the tags from one of the ephemera packs, and I just used that to cover it, and I kept it centered so that it kind of looked like it went with this. So tips on how to fix a screw up. And then this is just plain. This is open in the back, so you can use this as an additional tag tuck spot. I haven't created one. I'm not sure if I want to, but it does create additional space for tucking if you wanted to. And then this just opens like this. It is magnetized, so it will stay closed. And then this flips up, and lots of space. I may use some of this space and just put another piece of cardstock over it and use it for journaling, but for what I plan to use this album for, if I don't end up giving it away, I also have some little like pamphlets from a trip that would fit on here. So hopefully, you know, you use it however, or you make these however way you plan on using them. So just extra little tip. So we have another pocket insert. So this next page, these are just brads, so they just flip open like that. These I cut using a Biggs die that I have from Sizzix. It was a Tim Holtz. I want to say it's like Tiny Tabs and Tags or something like that. It's no longer available, I don't think, but I'll see what I can do about finding something similar if I can't find that one. And then these just open like this, so lots more space that way. And then this was another one of the tags, and it just says breathe here. So this was a cut apart tag from one of the papers, and this just opens like this. Again, these are just made the same way as these. And then this opens like this, and this opens like this. And I'm not planning on doing journaling for these. This is just a bunch of photos, but I didn't want the photos being too crammed together. So these just go like this. And then this is a belly band, so there is some space here that you can use. So I just created this little insert, and it has quite a bit of space in that as well. And it just tucks in like that. And this is another one of the Say It in crystals, and it just kind of keeps it from falling all the way through. It kind of sticks on there. And then we have another one of our pocket inserts. And then this one just opens like this, and this pops up like this, and then this opens like this, and this opens like this. You have quite a bit of space there. And I just used a crocodile and some of the wide eyelets to create this. And then this is a belly band. I don't currently have anything in here, but you can use it to insert. I have a program from a show that I'm going to put in here. So this is left open, so you can just put photos on here. So you can just put a photo on here like this, or smaller ones, and then that opens like that. So these are magnetized. So it should hold it closed quite well. There is additional space down here, so you could add additional, additional photo mats if you wanted to, or some journaling spaces as well. So you could, add some journaling spaces. You could journal on these spaces as well. So that just closes like that. And then we have another pocket insert. So this is quite a bit of space. These are magnetized. They're just left very plain. I may put some journaling cards on these and journal on them. I'm not sure. But this just opens like this. So you have this space here as well as space for journaling. And then you have this space here as well. And then this page here, this opens like this. It is magnetized closed. And then this is also magnetized this way. So this opens like this. You have a photo mat here. You could add an additional photo here or do some journaling. And then this is just a large pocket that I am going to add some of my kind of little keepsake receipts and stuff that I have from the trip. And then we have another one of our pocket inserts. So this page opens like this. They are magnetized, so it will stay closed. And this just opens like this. So you have this nice little pop-up, and then you have these spaces here. So you could also put some photos on here or do some, add some journaling cards if you wanted to. And then these are magnetized. They kind of go in opposite directions. So you have this one here, and then a photo mat. This one here, which is also a photo mat. And then you have these two as well. And then on this space here, you could always add some, photo mats of your own if you wanted to. So there's quite a bit of space in here for photos. And then we have one more pocket insert. We're almost done, guys, I promise. I know this one's kind of a bit bigger. And then these here are just belly bands. And I put these two little cards on here. They are magnetized. So they stay magnetized and they will stay on here. And then you can also, I am putting another program from something that I have to tuck in here as well. And then this is just kind of an accordion style. I don't know if you can really see, but this is an accordion style pocket that I'm going to use to tuck some thicker things that I have from the trip. It is magnetized, so it should stay closed. I did leave this partially open. I didn't leave it open all the way to the bottom. I only left it open to about here. So you can use this space, or I can use this space, as another tuck spot. And then, of course, I have these spots here as well. So I could put a photo on here and a photo on here if I want to. I haven't quite decided yet what I'm going to. I might write a synopsis on here of my trip overall. Not really sure. But that is the album. I know that one's kind of a little bit more in depth. I do not have a tutorial for this one. As always, if you guys are interested in seeing more of my walkthroughs, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will be back sometime soon with some more. Thanks, everyone.